Yes, everybody. Russ and the West End Network. Hope you're safe, Mill. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, another week. And we've got not Uno, but Dosh weekend, where West Ham can't ruin our weekends because we're not playing till Monday the 10th. Absolute scenes. This morning, Anton took you through the 5 things we learned about West Ham with the Chelsea game, the Leicester game. And then at lunchtime today, we went to the player ratings and got your views on a mere performance. We won and fantastic back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets as well. First back-to-back wins for over a year. But I just don't think we ever got out of second gear. And there was a real opportunity to do that. But look, a win is a win. A win is a win. And we need the points at the moment just to guarantee there's no crazy slip-ups at the end of the season. But it's Hammers Headlines in association with the KUMB.com boys. I'm hitting the table a lot today. 4 stories today, you lucky bastards. A couple of transfer rumour stories and a couple of stories involving the current squad. So let's start with some rumours. And it's all strikers at the moment. It seems that, unsurprisingly, we've been linked with a number of strikers. Clearly, that's going to be an area we look at in the summer. As we said, we've got Antonio out of contract. I assume he's going to be offered an extension because of his... They tend to do that. Did it with Oggy, didn't they, when he got injured? I don't think Danny Ings will be here. So, we've obviously led to believe that Daniel Cummings from Celtic will be coming in the summer as well. There's no real announcement about that, but I think they're holding fire until the end of the season, just in case there's any injuries or things like that. But apparently it's been agreed. But clearly there's obviously Evans on loan, but whether that's made permanent, we don't know. So they're obviously looking elsewhere and looking at a number of different players, a number of different areas. And apparently, according to reports, Musa Celia is on the Hammers' radar for a summer transfer move. The Hammers are said to have contacted the Schalke forwards entourage about a summer move to East London. Bournemouth apparently were keen on signing him, and so we're not going to have it their own way. In fact, they put a bid of around, I think it was £10 million in January for him, for the 25-year-old. He's been in great form in the Bundesliga too this season. 13 goals in 19 games to his name. The Bundesliga's official website likens Musa to Kylian Mbappe. There we go. And highlighting his searing pace. Not my words, the words of the Bundesliga official website. I've done a bit of looking at him since. He seems to have good movement, very, very quick, and quite clinical, really. And so you can see why maybe old Max Khan and Carl he's come up tops on the old stat attack to have a look at it a bit more. One word of warning is obviously he's producing the goods in the German second division. And that can be said of him in 2023-24 season, where he scored 15 goals in the French second division. So, he's definitely is clinical, but whether he can do it the step up. But then you're not going to be paying top dollar for him because he's going to come from the Bundesliga too, rather than necessarily the Bundesliga. So he might be a pearl, to quote a former technical director at West Ham. Speaking of the Bundesliga and strikers, apparently, according to reports, we've once again been linked to a move for Victor Boniface, the 24-year-old Bundesliga striker. He was someone who was looking at quite heavily 18 months ago, but at that time, Bayer Leverkusen were just unstoppable, weren't they? And any move for him was off limits because they were looking to secure the Bundesliga title and stuff like that. However, over the summer, over January rather, there was Saudi interest in him, and he was all but going, wasn't he? Really, to Al Nassr until they decided to pull out of Victor and spend another 20 odd million and get John Duran in. Now, as a result, he is now believed to be open to moving again. And there will be a price tag of £50 million, which I am assuming would put him totally out of our price range. To be honest, think he's a bit of a bad egg. I'll be honest. I've first-hand experience of him, and yeah, I mean, he has all the attributes to work in I think a Potter system, but I just don't. I think there's better ways we can use the money. In all honesty, um, I don't. We've got a good thing going with our squad at the moment, and I think someone like Victor, just what I've seen firsthand, I just don't think he's got the right character for West Ham. But hey ho, we've had plenty of disruptive influences at West Ham, the likes of Arnautovic and Thomas Repka and Di Canio and stuff like that. So, what do I know? I'm just a fat bloke talking in front of a webcam. In terms of current squad, now, according to reports in River Notias, not Notias, River Notias, Guido Rodriguez is someone who's bound to be leaving in the summer. Real Betis were someone they were looking at bringing back, but according to this article in this news outlet yesterday, River Plate are interested in signing Rodriguez, and it's led to be believed that they will do everything possible to bring a deal for the midfielder. Rivers head coach Marcelo Gallardo was a former Real Betis player and obviously knows him very well, and is keen to add, or is actually very keen to add the 30-year-old to his squad. The report says the Buenos Aires club want to fulfill their manager's desire and will push to get the star in the 2025 summer transfer window. So we know he's going to be going, but where he goes is another thing. So it's either going to be La Liga or go back to River Plate. And obviously River Plate, he'll meet up with his Argentinian international teammate and former Hammer, Manuel Lanzini. So, yeah, bit of a West Ham contingent over there in the summer, hopefully. And lastly, talking about international players, let's talk about Ollie Scarles. Now, Ollie Scarles isn't desperate. River Plate aren't desperate for the signing of Ollie Scarles, but what is happening is Ollie it's been emerged that scouts from the England Football Association have been monitoring Scarles since his breakthrough this season. The West Ham gem has already impressed national talent spotters, catching their eye over making 9 appearances from the first team this year. That's according to the Daily Mail, who reported on their website that they expect Scarles to be fast-tracked through the different age groups if he keeps his performances going. He's obviously featured at England at various age groups, including 3 appearances for the under-18s, but it's led to be believed they could fast-track him to the 21s as a minimum in order to make sure they've got their claws into him and he can't go anywhere else. The flip side to that is also with Ollie being tracked and being looked at by talent scouts in England, he's also going to be tracked and looked at talent scouts by other clubs, bigger clubs than West Ham. And obviously, we did time down to a long-term deal, a 4 or 5 year deal. Was it 4 with 2-year option or something like that in the summer, thanks to Mark. We led to be believed that Nobes gave him and his family somewhat of a sales pitch, really, about maintaining his registration at West Ham in terms of the pathway and stuff. And it seemed to obviously pay dividends, and we're seeing the fruits of those labours now. So it's fantastic that they're looking at him for England, but it's a bit like it's not like how it used to be. Where I remember when Glenn Johnson broke onto the scene and we were like, he's brilliant. How long has he got till he goes to Chelsea? It's a bit different now, but we've done our due diligence in terms of making sure we've got him at least protected in terms of a long-term deal. And that's all you can ask, really. That's all you can ask. Anyway, peeps, I've got a dash. Have a lovely your Friday. You might see us over the weekend. Who knows? Until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith. Come on, you eyes, and don't forget to check out Nito Mother Brand for the latest news reviews and opiniones. Much love. Bye. Bye.